Hey Struggle fam, another edition of Coach's Corner. We're gonna talk a bit of technique today, hopefully answer some questions. A lot of you guys have been working out, tuning into these technique videos and everything, so stay active, stay motivated. We're gonna get through this together. What's up, Daria? How are you? Today we're going to talk a little bit about push-ups, right? We're going to answer some questions as well. Any questions that you guys might have. Daria, you have any questions? I know you're a vet, OG in the game. Any questions from you? So, we have Daria tuned in. We're gonna jump right into some push-up technical things. One of the questions that we got from a couple members this week, we're doing a lot of push-ups in the workouts, very accessible exercise. Some people have, just having a little bit of pain in the front of their shoulder with the push-ups. So we're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna talk about your wrist as well, things you can kind of do to, if you're a little bit uncomfortable being in that push-up position in your wrist and shoulders, to just protect yourself a bit. And we'll get into that right now. So first things first, I can do this from a seated position. Anytime you're in a push-up, plank position, doing anything on your hands, you just want to make sure that your shoulders are down and slightly back, right? So we don't want to be rolled forward in this position. We spend a lot of time here texting, working on a computer, right? For me right now, carrying a baby. So we want to get here so our shoulder has room to move in this joint. If you're a little bit rounded, your shoulder, you can feel right here. So if you just do this by yourself right now or later, if you roll your shoulders forward and you just dig right into this point right here, you can feel like that bone and that joint right there. But if you roll this back, you can feel that nice shoulder muscle and then getting into your chest muscle here. So first thing you do, a lot of times if I feel myself being really shruggy, if I start to get that shoulder pain here, before I even start my set of push-ups, I'll shrug and then pinch down and back so I know exactly where I am, right? So if you're in a push-up position, we'll just do this right here on the bench, right? And I set for my push-up, right? I'm gonna shrug my shoulders to my ears and then pinch them back so they're nice and strong. And then the other thing I'm gonna do with my shoulders, I'm gonna push away so my shoulders are nice and active, right? And then as I come down to my push-up, my shoulders stay back, they don't roll forward, and they're nice and strong through that whole range of motion, right? So keep them back and down, okay? So for your wrist, some of you have been reporting a little bit of wrist pain. What we want to do is, we have a couple of different options, right? One, you can raise yourself and go to a modified push-up, puts a little bit less pressure on your wrists and on your hands. The other thing you can do is just make sure, and we talked about this yesterday with your feet, to make sure your feet are engaged with the ground when you're doing your squats. When you do your push-ups, make sure your hands are engaged with the ground, right? So I'm spreading my fingers, pushing those into the ground or the bench that I'm doing my push-ups on, and they stay active the whole time. Use all of the space in your hands. Get those hands nice and wide and active in that push-up. And just being active in that position is gonna make your wrist much stronger and put you in a safer position, okay? The other thing you can do, if you happen to have a couple, what's up, Rizia? If you happen to have a couple kettlebells or dumbbells, hey Linda, welcome. You can also do your push-ups on these as well, just to keep your wrist nice and straight and strong. I talked about yesterday with the kettlebell, we can keep our wrist stacked, our wrist and elbow stacked. Hey Diana, your wrist is gonna feel a bit better in that push-up, right? So set up with your push-up here, and then when I set my hands, again, I'm gonna make sure this wrist stays nice and strong, and then I set for my push-up and do my push-up here. So a lot of times it's just that super flexion of your wrist that can cause you a bit of pain in that push-up pattern. Also can use dumbbells or anything like that as well, just to get your wrist from being here to being in this nice straight and strong position. Okay? What's up, Diane? Any questions about the workout, about technique, anything going on? How's everyone doing? What are we on, like day 8 or 9 here of our shutdown? What's up, Frank? And as with anything, right, we always preach, right, tall chest posture and keeping that core tight, right? That's with everything. Just really keeping your body in that good alignment through your push-ups will help with your wrist and shoulders as well. Another question we got last week from a couple of our members was, if since I haven't been able to go to the gym and I don't have access to a lot of heavy weights, am I gonna lose my strength? Quick answer, short answer is absolutely not, right? Maintenance or maintaining your strength, as long as you stay active, you are doing some strength training, you should be able to maintain your strength, right? So if I'm in the gym and I'm squatting with a 32K and being able to press, let's say 70-pound dumbbells, and obviously I may not have access to that without the gym, but I'm at home and I'm doing my push-ups, I'm doing my bodyweight squats, I'm doing single leg squats, I'm doing split squats. Yes, you have to find variations that work and that challenge you. Hey, but if you're doing that, you should be able to maintain your strength. I think a lot of you are going to be very surprised if you're being consistent with the workouts right now and doing the classes with us. When that gym opens back up and you all come rushing back, I think you're all going to be a little bit surprised, like pleasantly surprised, that you've been able to maintain your strength and lift the heavier weights that you were able to before all of this happened. Your strength is not going to go away right away. It doesn't disappear that way. It comes back quicker. The most important thing is to keep being consistent and keep getting these workouts in with us. We're watching, we're checking in on the workout. So if there are harder variations that you need to be doing, don't worry, our coach is going to let you know. Jay Ferg, what's up? Losing your strength is not something that you should be super concerned about. Just make sure you're consistent with these workouts. The other question that we got this week also was, well, I have some weights, but they're really light. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. If your weight is a little bit lighter, there's a couple of things you can do to make it seem heavier. First is mind-muscle connection. Connect to the muscle you're trying to work. If you're doing a push-up and you want to work your front shoulder and chest and core, you're going to be thinking about those muscles and thinking about how they feel through the movement and make sure that you're activating them and working them as you do the movement. Don't just kind of like mindlessly go through a movement, especially if the weight is lighter. The second thing you can do is slow down. Slow down, right? Slow down. We're using a lot of slower reps. We're using tempos. We're using pauses. All those things to create challenges for you. So again, if the weight's a little bit lighter, mind muscle connection, slow down. And there's a couple other things I'm going to go over with a kettlebell. A couple things you can do with the kettlebell and even the dumbbell to make the weight seem a little bit heavier. Okay? So, first thing you can do with a kettlebell, we call this a bottoms up position. So I'm sure there's some dirty jokes out there for that one, but what it means is that we hold our kettlebell upside down in this position, right? And this alone, this is a 25. So for me to press this wouldn't be super hard, but because it's in a super unstable position, for me to press this weight is gonna be much harder than if I just had a 25-pound dumbbell that was balanced. Right, so you can use this bottoms up position, you know, if we're doing single rack side squats, even if we're doing goblet squats, you can double up and go 8 reps on this side, 8 reps on the other side, just to put yourself in this unstable position. That's gonna force you to have to lock down your core, you know, work on your grip strength, tons of goodies with that bottoms up position. Now, if you're kind of at an intermediate weight, and this is like super wobbly, right? Completely upside down. Then if you get in the corner of this kettlebell, right here, then it's a little bit more stable, and same deal for your presses, for your squats, things like that. So they make you work harder, but you're gonna be able to manage it a little bit better, all right? You also go just a bottoms up position here by the horns. What's up, Mike? And hold that at your chest as well. A little bit more unstable than this position or even the cannonball position that we talked about yesterday. All right, so a couple of different things you can do with that as well to make the weight a little bit heavier, but mainly you just got to kind of slow down, connect with the muscles you're trying to work at during that movement, and that's going to help you get more out of exercise if it feels a little bit lighter. All right, utilize the bands. Some of you may not have heavy kettlebells, but adding a band to a kettlebell or to a dumbbell easily makes the exercise a lot harder. And I think most of you have access to bands or can get your hands on bands. Kettlebells are becoming harder and harder to come by. So utilize your bands and get creative. Like I did a video the other day and I used a couple of my textbooks back there, and for the squat variation that I was doing, it made it much harder. You're gonna see a ton of single leg work. That's by design, lunges, split squats, pistol squats in the workouts, because that make it much harder. And other things you can do as well to continue to get better during this time, right? Focus on your recovery. Of course, focus on your nutrition. Stay hydrated. Try to sleep well. It's a very high stress environment right now. Some of the things that help me is having a gratitude practice. Frank has been posting these amazing videos on things to lower the stress as well. Thinking about all the things that you do have, making lists in the morning of things that you want to accomplish, checking things off that list, staying productive and just staying motivated during this time is very important. Some of us have some aches and pains as well that we get, you know, from training really hard as well. So now's the time too to address those things with the restore classes. You know, we're gonna be talking about foam rolling and stretches and different things and different mobility work and some of these technique videos. Take advantage of that as well. So that, again, the whole goal, right, is to keep you guys active, keep you guys getting stronger. We all continue to get stronger together. And then when that gym opens back up and we come back, we'll be stronger, not weaker from this shutdown and from this period. So just focus on all the things that you can control, right? We can't control, you know, we have to social distance, which, like Frank, I hate that term. Maybe physical distancing, but social distancing is terrible. So that's a little bit out of our control, right? The gym being closed, maybe not being able to go to work, having the kids home, all things like that are kind of out of our control. But think about the things that are in your control, pinpoint those things, and try to be really good at those things. I'm also gonna remind everyone about the snacks constantly. Be careful of the snacking. You're in the house all day. You know, there aren't food shortages anymore. You can kind of get whatever you want at the store. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you're buying, what you're eating, and what you're kind of picking at throughout the day. I would recommend that everyone gets outside as much as possible as well. Today's a nice day, a beautiful sunny day, so get outside, go for those walks. Of course, keep your distance, but I think being active is so important right now, and kind of having some semblance of normalcy is very important. So yeah, any questions about any movements that you kind of constantly see here? Rows, we talked about our push-up, planks, deadlifts, anything that you have particular difficulty with, anything Mike, Jeff, and anything going on, anything you guys would just like to pick my brain about or talk about. Well, let's go over another one of the movements that I particularly love, and that's the deadlift, kettlebell deadlifts, any type of deadlift. We'll talk a bit of technique about that as we finish up this video. So, as we talk technique on our deadlift, right? As with anything else, we always start in this tall, neutral position, right? Shoulders back, chest proud, and our core tight. So if I'm looking at you from the side, I should see this nice straight line from like your ear, shoulder, hips, knees, and ankles, right? We don't want to be here. We want to be nice and tall. This is where we start, okay? And then we have our kettlebell. You're gonna set up with your kettlebell right in between your feet, right? So right here, deadlift is our hip dominant pattern. So our hips go back, reach for our kettlebell, and then when we're here, I always wanna keep my shoulders above my hips, right? So I don't wanna get here, where my shoulders are below my hips. So I'm gonna sit those hips back and down a bit, get those shoulders above, so I have this nice angle. And then I stand up out of it, right? If you're having a hard time maintaining that posture, one of the things we do or use as a teaching cue is we have you pick up a dowel or a broomstick, anything you have access to, and we use that to mimic our spine. So I'm gonna put this on my back, and I'm looking for my head, mid-back, and tailbone to all make contact with the dowel. From there, can I hinge and get down to this kettlebell while maintaining those contact points? And it's just a drill that you can do and make sure that you're maintaining those contact points and make sure your back is staying nice and neutral while you're doing your deadlifts, okay? And of course, core has to stay tight, right, the entire time, all right? Hey, Eileen. Any questions, Eileen? Anything that's on your mind? Anything going on with your quarantine? Another question we got asked during this week as well was, someone wanted to know, since they're not in the gym with heavier weights, should they do a strength workout or should they work out twice a day? And the answer to that is always yes. If you feel good, you feel great, you have good energy, you don't feel beat up, you're not overly tired or fatigued, and you can handle it, of course. But you do have to be careful that more is not always better, right? So if you're doing a strength workout at 5:30 in the morning, then you say, oh, like I'm a little bit bored later today, let me do another workout. And then the next day you're super sore, then the day after that you're super sore, you're doing 2 workouts a day, and you're feeling really beat up and tired all the time. We never want that, right? So if you can handle it, if you feel great doing it, if your energy levels are great throughout the day, absolutely, we would love to see you a couple times during the day. But if it's too much, then we would say, hey, do a workout in the morning, and then maybe go for that walk in the afternoon. Maybe find some light activity to do in the afternoon, because we do want you to get the most out of the workouts that you're performing. So if you're doing one workout, we want you to go hard, work hard, right? Push yourself, and then recover. So then the next time you work out, you're able to do the same thing. If you're constantly working out, doing 2 workouts a day, double days all the time, to kind of fill up the day, then we're not getting that recovery like we need it. And again, that recovery is something that we can control, right? So many things that are out of our control. Eating well, staying hydrated, getting tons of rest is something that we can control right now, right? So yes, if you want to do 2 a days, absolutely. If it's too much, think about, do a little check-in with your body, see how you feel. And if you're constantly fatigued and sore, then maybe two workouts a day is a little bit too much. Even though we would still love to see you as much as possible. Another question we got yesterday was, there's a lot of jumping in the workouts, a lot of squat jumps and things like that. What if I don't really feel comfortable jumping, or when I jump, I have a bit of knee pain, right? And my advice to that would be the same thing that I said earlier. Maybe instead of jumping, maybe you add a hold at the bottom of the squat. Maybe you just do an explosive squat. You can always, have the option to do an explosive squat where you're fast to the top of that squat position, but you're not actually jumping, right? And like I said, we're with you every step of the way, and we'll be watching you, right? So there's never a time, and I'm sure all of you know this in the Struggler community, Struggler fam, that there's never a time that you can ask us for a modification if we don't already give you one. There's never a time for you to, feel uncomfortable with the exercise and movement and not speak up or ask for something different. That's what we love to do. We love to coach. It's our passion. So we want to make sure the exercise is both safe and effective for all of you. Let us know. And that's why we're doing these coaches corners. That's why we're doing the live workouts, the Zoom workouts, and everything, so we can make sure that everyone is having success with the workouts. Any more questions? What's up, Matt? Again, so I'm gonna finish up this technique video. The last thing I kind of want to talk about is, again, managing that stress, right? And we're in a very high stress environment right now. There's lots of things going on. There's lots of news coming out every day. The thing that helps me and the thing that's helped our members and clients and past clients of mine is just, one, being aware and having gratitude for everything that you do have. Make a list of all the things that help you get through your day, right? Make a list of all the things that you love and all the people and the great relationships that you have, right? And the other thing is to pinpoint things that are under your control, right? I can control what I put in my body. I can control my recovery. I can control if I'm going to be disciplined and get up and get these workouts in. Those are all things that I can control. And once I pinpoint those things that I can control, I'm going to try to perform those to the highest level, right? And that keeps me, it keeps me productive and busy, so I'm not just constantly watching the news. I'm not just constantly thinking about different scenarios. I'm being active, I'm being productive, I'm doing things. And then the gratitude piece just keeps me looking at the big picture, at the grand scheme of everything. I'm healthy, I have a beautiful family. We have a nice house. We have food to eat. We are in a very fortunate situation. So focus on the things that you do have. Focus on the things that you can control, and continue to be active in this virtual dojo, as Frank calls it. Continue to work out. Continue to stay connected to each other. Being connected with your family, with your friends, and with this community is so important right now. Again, this is not social distancing. This is physical distancing, but we're gonna stay together with each other during this time. So catch me at 5 p.m. for a hustle. We're calling it the Beast Hustle today. We're gonna do lots of things, lots of beastly moves today at 5. So catch me then, and you'll be catching me on these technique videos. I'm taking your questions anytime you have a question about technique or any movement or anything going on. Let me know, so then we can cover those topics during these videos. All right, guys? So I'll see you at 5, hopefully. All right, keep getting stronger. Let's do this together.